For today's prenatal session, we're going to begin in a seated cross-leg position. Feel free to take a pillow under your seat if for any reason you're feeling uncomfortable here. Allowing the shoulders to be soft, belly up, and try and lengthen the tailbones. We want to try and avoid overarching through the low back here. Shoulders are soft, and let's just bring hands together at center to our heart. Close our eyes. Come to some slow nasal breaths. Softening muscles of the forehead, the jaw. Let the eyes become heavy. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Allowing the eyes to open. Take the right hand, place the fingertips behind the back. Left hand comes onto the right knee. Inhale, lift tall, lengthen the crown of the head to the sky, tailbone down to the floor. As you exhale, gently rotate to the right side, opening up that right shoulder, allowing it to draw away from the ears. Inhale, gently unwind to center. Exhale, soft shoulders. Repeating on the other side, left fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen, right hand comes to left knee. As you exhale, gentle rotation of the mid and upper back to the left. Left shoulder rolls open and away from the ear. Inhale, back through center. Inhale, draw the arms up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms to face the ceiling. Exhale, stretch tall. Tailbone is still gently reaching down towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, side body stretch to the right side. Inhale. And exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, let the arms come down. Just pairing breath with movement here. From here, we're going to gently support the hands behind the back, taking them as wide as you need to, and then gently open the legs up into a wide V position. Now, depending on your flexibility here, you can either have the knees with a slight bend, or if you can, allowing them to gently straighten out. Now for the toes and the knees, you want them to all be rolled up and facing towards the sky. And once again, hands are gently behind us, but we're not slouching back. So still nice long spine just to help you support that length here. Wide and proud through the collarbones, breathing here. And slowly walking those hands closer and closer to the sides of your hips. Again, trying to maintain that length and avoid overarching the back. So nice long spine, especially down through the low back area. Take the left hand to the right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate to the right. Coming across the front of the legs. Repeat on the other side. Left hand behind, right hand onto left knee. Inhale on. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. From here, just noticing the pelvis. And we're just going to do a couple of really simple, subtle pelvic movements here. So I want you to gently think about sticking out the bum and kind of curling the tailbone out a little bit. And then gently tucking the tailbone and kind of tipping the pelvis. Watch those feet, so try and keep those stable. And again, sticking out the bum and gently tucking the pelvis. And let's do this 2 more times. Again, finding that sticking out of the bum, and then find that length through the spine again, and then gently walk the hands forward any amount, leaving nice room for the belly. And again, always better to have less of a stretch than more. So Kind of keep it at a 6, 7 out of 10 rather than overdoing it, and to avoid pulling a muscle. Again, knees can be bent and just kind of melt in wherever your body's asking here. Pushing it through those heels. Again, always broad through the collarbones, shoulders away from the ears here. Gently walking the hands back. Hands come behind you, one at a time, assisting the legs. And bringing them together, bottoms of the feet come together for our cobbler pose or butterfly pose here. Again, starting off with the hands behind you here, chest is proud. And then as you can, slowly walking yourself a little bit more forward, using the support of those hands, keeping the length in that spine, and maybe taking the hands and wrapping them around the toes. Broad through the collarbones once more, inhale. Exhale, fold forward any amount, again, always leaving space for belly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Any amount here, listen to your body. Holding in that folded position, either keeping hands on toes or maybe reaching them forward here. Gently walking yourself back up, crossing the legs once more, and then slowly rotating to face the front edge of your mat, and slowly bringing yourself around into a squat position. Try and maintain hip distance apart here, and see if you can softly lower the heels towards the floor. Toes may turn out slightly. From here, we want to avoid collapsing here through the chest. You want to use the elbows to push into the knees and help your shoulders broaden. Stay broad and proud, collarbone across the collarbones, and then take the palms together and squeeze them towards one another. Elbows are squeezing into the knees, again, noticing that length down the spine, nice long spine. And now from here would be a good time to practice some Kegels for strengthening of the pelvic floor here. So squeeze and release as you're in this position. Another really great position for back pain. So although we may be feeling this a lot in the hips and in the groin area, really good position to come into if you're feeling that back pain here. From here, slowly start to bring the hands down onto the floor. Open up the heels and gently start to bring yourself into a forward fold position. Walk your feet into hip distance apart, leaving room for the belly. Take the hands up to the shins or to the thighs. Noticing the back body now, so finding that length, and you can either straighten the legs and reach the chest forward, or you can keep the knees slightly bent and bring the hands a little further down. Again, wanting to get that stretch right in the belly of the muscle in the center behind the thigh. As you start to feel your body letting go a little bit, starting to walk the hands a little further down, maybe letting the head release, and maybe even the arms, if you feel safe here, bend the knees as much as you need to. If this feels like too much, moving back and forth between these two positions, so inhale, lengthen, straightening the legs a little bit, and exhale, fold and round. Hands can be, again, wherever you need them to be. And out. Gentle roll up to stand. Root down into the feet, reach the arms up, inhale. Flip the palms to face the floor, exhale. In and out through the nose, inhale. And exhale. Last one here. And exhale. On this next breath out, we're going to hinge at the hips. Find that fold again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees. Fold at the waist. Slow exhale down to your forward fold. Holding on if you need to. And from here, taking one leg back at a time, coming down into our tabletop position here. So for our table, fingers are spread wide. We want to keep the knees directly under the hips and keep our legs at hip distance apart here. We're working through our spinal warm-up here. As we inhale, we're going to drop the belly, pull the chest forward, broaden the collarbones, lift the head. Slight curve in the tailbone. Try and keep most of the movement in the mid and upper back. This is our inhale position, position 1. Position 2, we're going to do the opposite. So as you exhale, we're going to release the head, roll up the spine, finding as much roundness as we can in that mid-back, thick shoulder blade area. Gentle tuck of the tailbone. Notice how my arms, my elbows are not bending. Inhale, curling the spine, lift the head, allow the chest to reach forward through the shoulders. And exhale. Slight pull in and up of the belly. Again. Chest proud and forward, drawing through the collarbones. Exhale, round the spine, pull in and up, push away the floor. Spread the space between the scapula and the shoulder blades. And coming back to neutral spine, so not rounded, not curved. Belly is pulled in here. Fingers are spread wide. Try and not roll onto the edges of the hands. So feeling really supported here. And we're slowly going to take the right leg and extend it back. Now we'll have a tendency to want to roll the hip up. So try and maintain hip, knee, and toe all facing down towards the floor, keeping that neutral pelvis. And again, you can find that engagement of the Kegel muscle here. Breath is steady. Unclench your jaw if you're clenching it, and then bring that leg in. Same thing on the other side, so slowly extend that left leg out, rolling the outer hip down, pulling in through the inner hip. Knee, hip, toes are all facing down. Belly's drawn in, squeezing through the Kegel. Again, don't slouch in the shoulders, so proud through the chest. And come back down. So we're going to repeat again. The right leg extends, hip, outer hip rolls down, inner hip pulls in, knee, hip, toes all face down. Stay here, or you can take your left fingertips forward, maybe floating them all the way forward. Try to still maintain that neutral pelvis. And down, same thing on the other side. Left leg extends first. Kegels engage, roll left hip down, knee, hip, toe face the floor. Push the floor away, proud through the chest. Right fingertips come down, hold here, or float the arm forward, reach out through the fingers, back out through the heel. Breathe. Maintain that neutral pelvis. And come on down. Take the knees wide. Big toes touch. And push on back into a child's pose. So again, leave room for belly if you need to lower at this point. Just stack up on the fists, that's fine. If you can, bum comes down towards heels, arms stretch forward. You can keep elbows down on the mat, or palms down and forehead down. Keeping the jaw soft, the eyes soft, the forehead soft here. Slowly lifting the head, bringing yourself back up into your tabletop position. If you haven't already, tuck the back toes under, spread the fingers wide, lift the knees, and slowly shift up and back into a downward facing dog. Feet can come a tiny bit wider apart. So for our down dog, allow the knees to bend, give yourself lots of space for belly, and then slowly push into the hands, reach the tailbone up and back. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Stretching with the backs of the legs here, pedaling the feet. One heel releases to the floor at a time. Getting nice yummy stretch in the backs of the calves and the backs of the legs. If this is too much for you, lowering back down onto knees and just taking that rest in child. One more breath here. Slowly returning down to the knees. Coming into a lunge position. So we're going to take the right leg, and you can just use your hand to help assist you, gently stepping the foot forward. Now giving yourself lots of space for belly. Both hands are on the inside of the foot. Your left leg's going to come back slightly, and then again, we want to avoid overarching through the back. So proud through the chest, really find more of that arch in the upper chest, and come on to fists or fingertips if you need to. Want to try to maintain this knee over ankle. Just make as many adjustments as you need to feel okay here. Not coming too wide with that leg, so try to maintain as close to hip width apart for this one as you can. Gently step back and repeat on the other side, picking up that. Picking up where we left off, so on the other side, so you're going to take left leg, use your hand to help you if you need to, stepping it to the outside of the hand. You can slide the back leg back if you need to, otherwise find that gentle lunge forward if you can. Again, you can be on fists or fingertips, or flat on your palms if this is available to you. Staying proud and open through the chest, broad across the collarbones. Again, feeling free throughout your practice to keep that engagement through the Kegels or to do the squeeze and release in these positions. Again, always working through strengthening the pelvic floor. One more breath here. And slow rock and step back. Coming into child's pose or lifting up and back, finding a downward dog. 2 pedals on each side with the legs, long spine here. Push into all the fingers. The thumbs always want to roll up here. Slowly come back down. Once again, step that right foot forward. This time, keeping the right hand on the knee, followed by the left. Want to avoid that overarch in the back, so pushing into the hands, helping you find length. If this is too much for you, hands come back down onto the floor. Listening to your body, again, squeezing through Kegels if you can. Chest is proud, collarbones are broad. Releasing arms up to sky if available. Exhale, hands come back down. And gently step the right leg back. Repeat on the left. Coming up onto the knees. Nice long spine. Leaving lots of room for belly. Arms come up if you can. Engaged, squeezing Kegels. Jaw is soft, breath is steady. down, gently step that leg back. Open the knees wide, push the bum back to the heels, slowly soften the forehead down, or relax down onto stacked fists here. Beginning to lift the head, coming back into our tabletop position. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, shift up and back, downward dog. Knees remain nice and bent here. And then really slowly, we're going to walk the hands back to the feet. Knees can come wider if we need to. Hands come onto shins or thighs. Nice length in the spine. Slowly pushing into the feet. Bring yourself up to a standing position. So we're going to keep our left toes facing forward to the short edge of our mat. We're going to step back with the right toes and turn them to the long edge of our mat, trying to line up heel to heel or front heel to the middle arch of the back foot. I'm going to try to maintain that knee over ankle position. Torso is rotated towards the long edge of the mat. With that left knee, we're always trying to track right in front of that second toe. Arms come out to the sides, finding length. Shoulder blades down the back. Finding movement here. We're going to straighten the legs as we simultaneously reach the arms up, gaze high. Exhale, release the palms, sink into the knee. Don't forget to push into the back edge of the foot on that right leg. Again, inhale, straighten, reach arms up. Exhale, sink. Kegels are squeezing in and up here. In. And out. Last one. And out. Inhale, straighten. Release the arms, shrug the shoulders. Rotate left toes to face the long edge of the mat. Rotate right toes to face the short edge of the back of your mat here. And then line up either heel to arch of the back foot or heel to heel, whatever your body is asking for, and makes your front knee feel the safest here. Sinking into that front knee, again, not letting the knee collapse forward, so track it. Keep it tracking in line with the second toe. Knee over ankle, arms reach out to the sides, nice and long. Good, engaging through those kegels, belly's pulled in as well, nice proud, through with the collarbones. Jaw is soft here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink. Push into both feet, every inch of the foot. Inhale. Palms meet. Exhale, palms to floor, stretch forward. Watch the knee. Last two. Inhale, straighten. Rotate to face forward. Gently heel toe the legs in towards one another. Turn and face back forward on your mat. Feet are at hip distance here. We're going to find a balanced position. So starting to bring the weight into the left foot. And just start with like a kickstand. So thinking about the kickstand of the bike, your ball of the right foot is pressing into the floor and the right heel is leaning against the left ankle. We're just going to try and keep stable here. So most of our weight is on that left leg. We want to root down through the foot and then feel like we're nice and tall and proud. Both of our hips are facing forward, belly's forward, chest is forward, as is knee and toe of the left leg. Taking the hands to center, begin to push them in towards one another. Thinking about the same thing with the right heel against the left ankle. They're pushing towards one another and maybe starting to slide the foot up. And again, finding that same squeeze of right foot into left leg. Kegel squeeze in here, drawing that pelvic floor in and up will really help. Jaw soft. Staying here, maybe sliding the foot a little higher up. Stop as you approach the knee. You can either stay here just below the knee joint or come up over the knee and place it on the inner thigh. Trying to really stay active. Right knee is pushing out to the right side. Hip points are still forward. Hands are pressing. If you want just fingertips to press, that's okay too. Jaw soft, breath is steady. And you might just be in your kickstand, and that's okay. If you've lost that engagement or connection with pelvic floor, finding that again, lifting the pelvic floor. And then moving to come out just as gracefully as we came in. So if you're in your high position, slowly bringing the leg back down. Good, shaking out the legs, and we're going to come through the same thing on the other side. So spreading all the toes, root down through every inch of that right foot. Rotate the left knee out, bring the heel up against the ankle, trying to point the toe out to the side, then rotate the hip points forward, belly button forward, chest forward, shoulders away from the ears. Hands come to press, bringing all of your awareness to your midline, root down through the foot, get a little taller, breath is steady. Begin to squeeze that left heel into the right ankle. Maybe staying here or start to bring all the weight onto that right leg as you lift that left ankle and slide the bottom of the foot up the left outside of the shin, squeezing the shin into the left foot. Breath is steady here. Staying here, trying to maintain a certain level of calm in this position. So lose that intensity. If you feel like you're really shaking and your jaw is tight, soften up here. And then either stay here or continue to slide that left heel up the leg, stopping before you reach the knee. Left knee points straight out to the left side without compromising that left hip. Maybe lifting the left foot, bringing it up along the inner thigh, pushing the thigh into the left foot and vice versa. Root down through that right foot, stand proud. Crown of the head lifts to sky, broad collarbones. Lose that intensity. Either staring forward into the horizon or gazes down at the floor, staring at something immobile, burning an imaginary hole through that space, letting your eyes almost glaze over as you focus there. Getting ready to come out just as gracefully as we came in, slowly helping the legs slide down and shaking out the legs. One at a time, gently starting to bring ourselves back down onto the floor. Gently bringing yourself down to your seat. We'll keep the left leg in and extend right leg out. Left heel is in the right hip crease, toes, and knee face up to the sky. Keeping our chest facing the long edge of our mat, gently reach for the right ankle or toes, and maybe we're only reaching the knee and that's okay. Stay nice and long in the spine. Take your left arm, reach it up towards the sky, and maybe over the bicep over the ear. If you choose, the left hand can be on the belly here with the shoulder rolled open. Slowly lift up. We're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So right heel comes into groin. Left leg extends out to the left side, knee and toes all lift up tall. Staying tall and long in the spine, trying to allow that right knee to relax down towards the mat. Torso rotates towards the long edge of the mat or towards the knee. Ooh, it's just the door. Gently reaching that left arm. Right arm reaches up overhead, maybe to sky. Maybe the bicep hovers over the ear, getting a deeper stretch in that side body. Keeping that chest and torso rotated open. And if you choose, taking hand onto belly, shoulder rolls open and away from the ears. And gently coming out of the pose, bringing that left leg to cross in front of the right. If this is your natural, the way that you naturally sit, so think about the very start of our practice. If this is how you were sitting, just switch. So we just want to maintain balance. So just crossing your legs in the position that you haven't done yet today. And if you prefer just to keep it the one way, for whatever reason, that's okay too. And just getting comfortable here, again, pillow if you need to. You can even bring your back up against a wall for some added support. We're just going to spend a few breaths here. We're going to take the hands and place them over the belly. You can keep one hand over the belly, one hand over the heart. And we're going to close the eyes and just start to focus on the breath here. So thinking about, it doesn't matter which hand is where. One is connected with our heart space and one is connected with our womb. And starting to deepen the breath. And for a moment, just focusing on whichever hand it is that's connected against the heart. Allowing all of the love and gratitude and beautiful heart energy that you have here to really start to allow you to get some sort of sense of joy and love. And really just connecting with that heart space. Thinking about all of the things for which you're grateful. Perhaps feeling a tingling or a warming sensation beneath that hand as it connects with your heart space. And allowing that warmth to expand outwards. And then begin to bring your awareness to the hand that's against your womb. And maybe just push in a little bit as a gentle activation point, or just bringing your awareness there. So in your mind, taking a walk to that palm, noticing it as it presses against the womb. Bringing yourself there and starting to feel that connection. Tapping into that beautiful womb energy. Feeling that emotional connection. Creating a link from your womb energy to your heart energy by envisioning a light, a string, whatever it may be, a chain from your heart space to that womb space. And not only imagining yourself giving that love and that joy and that gratitude to that womb space, into that womb energy, but I invite you, if you are pregnant, to take this moment to give a message or speak to your unborn child. Set an intention for the life you want to give, the promises that you wish to make to them. And you might be following along, you may not be pregnant, and maybe you're just joining in for the practice. And if you're a woman, I invite you to still participate in this. And maybe you're speaking to your unborn child, your future child. Maybe you've already had a child and you're speaking to, you're bringing yourself back in time and saying things and making promises that you wish you could have made, making amends. Maybe you're talking with your ancestral and to ancestral wounds, and just taking the time to offer some healing. So just closing the eyes and taking some time for that, to have a conversation with your unborn child, your future child, the child of past, ancestors. Perhaps taking both hands over that space, deepening this connection. And if this exercise was a little bit too much for you or too new, or you didn't know what to say or what was expected of you, if you're like me and you're an overthinker, I just invite you to take a moment and repeat this mantra to whomever it was that came to mind, maybe to all children, to your future child, current child, past child. I promise to heal my wounds and not pass them along to you. I promise to listen, to watch, and to learn. I promise to guide, to love, So bringing your hands back together at the center of your heart. Palms pressed towards one another, shoulders are soft. Gently begin to bring the eyes to an open. If there's any movements or positions that your body's asking for, anything at all, listening to your body and taking those positions now. And I want to thank you for joining me in practice today. I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.